What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm your girl Marsha, and thank you guys for staying tuned on my channel. For those of you who are new, thank you guys so much for being here on this journey as well. I appreciate you guys who have been here as well throughout the past weeks that I started. Please, guys, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Allen_girl_Thikian, of course. And please, before we get right into it, go ahead, click that bell, turn on that post notification. Yes, guys, I want y'all to be notified whenever I drop my videos, okay? And of course, go ahead, hit the like button before we get into the story, because y'all know it's story time. Yes, okay? Y'all know what time it is based on that description below. Do not move. Alright, guys, so based on the description, again, y'all know what I'm about to talk about. So I'm about to talk about one of my most painful childhood memories, and I don't know, whatever it is, that memory, it never moves from here. Like, it always stays here in my head. So today, of course, I'm about to share that memory with you guys. Not saying that I want it to move also, because before I get right into it, let me go ahead and say this, right? And this is something I always instill within me, and I started to tell Raheem, of course, when Peyton gets older, I will also tell her the same as well. In order to get to where you want to go, you have to remember the past. Yeah. And you also have to appreciate the past. All right? And this is something that I always tell myself. And something started to tell Raheem. Again, I'll be telling my kids. But yeah, so for those of you guys who know, and I did say this on my Get to Know Me, that's my first very YouTube video that I did. Excuse me. If you guys have not yet watched that video, please go ahead. It's my very first video. Go ahead and watch it after this. I grew up on that video I mentioned that I grew up in Trelawney, Top Trelawney. A lot of you guys also know that I was living in Montego Bay for years, but that's not where I'm originally from. South Trelawney. And also, what a lot of you guys know too is that I spend most of my time in Lime Tree, but that's not where I was born. I was born in Also Spring. All right, so I just wanted to get that part out there also, because this story that I'm about to tell y'all, y'all needed to know that. So yeah, I was born in Also Spring, and ever since I know myself, grow up and know myself, to realize, oh, okay, I'm so and so, 5 years old, blah blah blah, 4 years old, 5 years old, blah blah blah. I can remember myself being there. And of course, growing up and everything, I get to realize and understand that, yes, I was living with my grandma for a while after I was born. May her soul rest in peace. All right, so this memory I'm about to share is, there was this time, I think, I'm not gonna tell y'all it was a Saturday or a Sunday morning, I do not remember. But I remember one morning it was like storming. Guys, when I said it was storming, like it was storming, okay? However, we woke up and there was no food in the house. The only thing that was in the house was some corn pork. And corn pork, like when me I tell you no, say corn pork. We don't know how all people cook corn pork, right? Like them literally with the maggot and everything, panny, show panny, and yeah, you know, said them the time they nice and thing. But anyway, that was the only thing we had in the house. So I don't know if my grandma, she called her friend. She had this friend in Falmouth. It wasn't the first time we're going to visit her. Kina, I have one of my sisters. She was also living with us as well. That day, again, Kina wasn't with us. I honestly don't remember where she was. Oh, I think she was already spending time with my grandma friend, okay? But anyway, long story short, it was just my grandma and I, and we realized there was no food in the house. Again, I don't know if she called ahead of time or what happened, but I know that, boy, we get up and she get me ready and everything, and she decided that, okay, we're gonna go. She decided that we're gonna go get some food from her friend. Guys, her friend lives in Falmouth. I'm not an expert on miles and stuff. I cannot say how much miles it is, but I cannot even think about the hours. Guys, my grandma and I, we walk from Comfortall, also Spring, Comfortall, whatever. We walk from there all the way to Falmouth. Yeah. I'm not talking about time, cool, and everything. Rain a fall, like rain a fall heavy. Okay. But anyway, you know, we went and we started walking and walking, and while we walk, girl, I was tired, and we walk, and I wanted to cry, but I was also hungry. But every step I take, I keep remembering the fact that, okay, I'm almost close to getting something to eat. And the more I walk, I ask my grandma, how far are we? And I start to get grumpy. And then at a tender age, I could tell that, you know, getting grumpy wasn't helping my grandma. It wasn't helping my grandmother, of course, because I can see, you know, I can see the look. I could tell the look on her face, like, you know, she wished there was literally like something she could have done. But what could she have done? There was nothing she could have done. Whatever it is that she could have done, she was already on her way to do it. So that's literally the only thing she could do. Anyway, so while we walk and we walk and we walk, I started getting thirsty. And while I was getting thirsty, I couldn't, you know, it's like being hungry and thirsty at the same time, you know, and walking, that's, you know, that's a lot. So I literally couldn't hold it. Again, I think I was like, I don't remember how old I was. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. But I know I was in grade 1, and I also know that I was still in basic school. I'm telling you this, and it was so painful. I remember. Let me know in the comment if you all remember anything from your childhood days when you were this small, okay? But anyways, I remember, and excuse me. So I told her that I was thirsty, and then she went ahead and, of course, she, guys, cocoa leaf, like the big old cocoa leaf, them she stop at one place or one big tree there, I don't remember where, and she stopped and she under one tree, and she hold me and she said stand up under the tree, and she crossed the road and the big old cocoa, whatever you call that today, and she popped the cocoa leaf, me say, and she bend it, and who bend it like and hold up it so the rain water could have literally, and she could hurry up and cross the road and give me. And I drank it. I was thirsty. My grandma didn't have money to say, okay, buy a bag juice or not, or we hungry. And I drank it. Yeah. Anyway, so me drinking and we walk and guys, me telling the truth, me know say night come down before we reach. And while we walk, the first house, I remember somewhere in Clarkstown. We stopped somewhere in Clarkstown. I don't remember exactly where. Again, me that like a pic, I don't remember, okay? It was before we reached to the square though. We stopped somewhere in Clarkstown, and she have one friend at Clarkstown. Guys, that's the first stop we met before me could have literally taste something. You hear me, I tell you? And me I tell her say she stopped over one man yard. It was a old man. Oh crap. One old man, and the man probably dead too. May so rest in peace. Or it may be alive too. Who knows? Okay. Cause anyway. So anyway, we stop over there, and the man make me sit down, and him show one big old sheet. Him never have towel. And one old man in it myself too. And you can see say him did out a door, and him just go in with him pat on the way there. And it obviously rain never really fall in a Clarkstown long and the little way there. So him just bringing him pat on the little way there. Girl, me happy, you know. Me happy. So till me go get some food to eat. And me sit down and me eat, and my grandmother eat, and we did it. And then she tell me so we go after left a while, and me I tell her say, you see the eat when me eat, like my belly hurt me. Like my belly literally start hurt me for the whole time, because me just know say a gas full me up. And if you don't know me, so don't know say me that want me the manga and skinny and ugly. Yes, whatever. If y'all want to eat, y'all can say you're still ugly now, but it's fine. Yeah, but anyway, girl did maga and skinny and ugly, and my belly did big, because guess what, biggest in my belly, I'm used to eat one bag of green fruit. Talking about that, I think the first thing we eat on the way is some guava. Yeah, oh my gosh, don't forget that. Some guava, and the guava did rotten. The first thing we eat on the way is some guava, and the guava did rotten. And I tell you the truth, I bite the guava, and Mrs. said the guava rotten, and I still bite around the guava, because I tell you I'm hungry, and I'm tired. Again, we walk from Comfortal, also Spring, wherever you call it, so go straight to Falmouth. Again, I never reach 6-year-old. And every look I looked at my grandmother, she keep walking like she was walking with a purpose. I don't know if you understand what I say. Like, the woman literally, she never slowed down. Okay, guys, she not slow down. She keep on walk, and she hold me hand. When I time me realize say, I don't know, like, probably, I don't know if she feel like she don't want to lift me up or something, but my grandmother, she was so old, okay? She couldn't lift me up or anything. She was old. She was really old. But she walked with purpose, you know. I could tell that, you know, like looking back at today and remembering the way how she was walking, guys, she was walking with a purpose. But yeah, we left the old man's house, and we started walking again. He gave us some scandal bag, and we put the scandal bag them over we head. And my grandmother, she never have on no shoes. Like, if y'all know my grandma, even kids at the school that I used to go to, the basic school, and there was this primary school. A lot of kids used to go there. They used to call her Titi Baita and them way there, because you know, like, she just walked barefoot, and like, literally. But guys, that's sacrifice. She ain't gonna buy shoes or anything, okay? Like, every dollar she gets, everything she gets, like, she literally makes sure that she buy food. She never stopped buying food. That woman, she never stopped buying food. She makes sure that she buy food so we can have food in the house. My grandma was like that. And yeah, we continue our journey, and we walked. We were like literally close. Of course, y'all know that Clarkstone and Falmouth is like really close. So yes, we were literally close and stuff. Guys, when we reached there, I was sick. Guys, when we reached there, my feet, they hurt so bad. Like, not to mention my grandma's feet, okay? Like, it was like so crackery, and it was like, honestly, if I remember correctly, it looked like it almost want to be, I'm not gonna say discolored. I don't think it was, but it was, guys, it was bad. And when we reached there, the pain that I was in, I couldn't eat. We couldn't even go back home. Her friend didn't send me home. I remember they said that I literally fall asleep, same place, and she said she threw me on the bed, and I fall asleep on the bed. Imagine, we walked so far, and that woman had the courage and everything to put me in her bed. Guys, I don't know if they changed me or whatever, I don't know. But all I know is that I don't remember anything after I got there, apart from the fact that our feet, they were looking so horrible, and I was in so much pain. And when I woke up the next day, as much as I loved my grandmother, I never want to go back home. I wanted to stay at that woman's house. And again, as much as I love my grandmother and everything, I just never want to go back. I just wish that, you know, I just wish they could have, like, hey, I'm gonna adopt her, or I'm gonna take her. That was the only thing in my thought at that time. But of course, you know, she did a lot. She gave us food and everything, and she makes sure that she give us money to go back home. And she was saying to my grandmother, Miss Sylvie, me know say you not go drive, you know, and you not go and take no taxi. But guess what? Me go out there, so and me go make sure I say me put on up on taxi. And that's true. My grandmother, again, it doesn't matter the money she have and stuff, she's not going to take the taxi. And it's not cruel or anything. She just want to make sure that that money stretches so we can have food, and also so I'll be able to go to school. My grandmother was that person. She's the type of woman that makes sacrifices, and I know that she loved me dearly. And not just me, you know, she loved everybody that goes around her, you know, dearly. And again, may her soul rest in peace. But guys, yeah, I don't know. it might sound simple to y'all, but it might seem, I don't know if it sounds like nothing or simple to y'all, but that is a pain that goes with me every single time, as adult as I am right now. Sometimes I'm like, man, wish grandma was alive. Of course, you know, I know I don't have the world to give her or anything, but man, if my grandmother was alive, oh Lord, I wish she was alive, because yeah, that woman would see that every sacrifice, everything that she did for me, she would have been rewarded. But of course, you know, blessings really doesn't come from man. You know, God gave her what, you know, way better blessing, and I definitely know that she's resting. But yeah, guys, that was my most painful childhood memory. I remember it just like yesterday. And guys, that is what helps, that is what helps to humble me a lot, because I know struggles and I know where I'm coming from. Raheem and Peyton, I pray every day they'd never have that life, and as long as I am alive, they will never ever have that life. No kids are supposed to go through that. Yeah, I pray that my kids, pray that they never have that life. I pray that they never have a rainy day, apart from the rain that the Almighty falls and pour down on them, on us. Lord, just don't take your hands off me. Most importantly, don't take your hands off my kids. I'm gonna be there for them with every single step of the way, as long as I have breath in me. But yeah, that was my most painful childhood. That was my most painful childhood memory, guys. Yeah, that woman. And guys, just to go back a little, that wasn't even half of what I know she go through for me, for my sister, Kina. My brother was also living with him too, but I think my brother was, well, growing up I heard that my brother was living with my grandma and my big sister. But what I do know of is me and my other sister that was living. So I think at 6, when I went to live with my mom, I went to grade 1. I graduated from basic school and I went to grade 1, Louisville Primary and Junior High School. That's where I went in grade 1. So yeah. And I know I was 7 years old, so I was 7 years old when I went to live with my mom. So guys, for those of you all that know me from Lime Tree, that's when I went to Lime Tree to live with my mom. But apart from that, the other times I was living with my grandma. And it is safe to say that memory, I carry around that memory from I was that age until now. Nobody asks me age. Recycle me emotional and everything right now. Nobody asks me age. But yeah, But guys, real quick before I wrap things up, I just want to say this, that life is funny, okay? And don't be afraid to, you know, talk about your past or remember. It doesn't matter how ugly your past is, you got to remember your past, okay? Because a lot of times too, there's so much lessons, there's so much things you learn from your past that you're able to correct, you know, you're able to correct growing up and stuff. So yeah, guys, with that said, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for staying tuned again on another video. Guys, I appreciate y'all, and we are growing slowly but surely. We are growing again, guys. Slow progress is still progress. I appreciate y'all for being here, and I love y'all. Please do not forget to subscribe, turn that notification bell on, like, of course, comment, and please go ahead and tell me, comment down below what y'all want to see, what y'all want to hear next, and I'll bring it to you guys. I love y'all. Bye bye.